Welcome out with a Finn to continue building my off-grid cabin. In this episode I will finish the outhouse, start building the foundation for the mini cabin, prep firewood for next winter and so much more. So come along and see how it goes. Oi, oi, oi. Oh man, who parked it here like this? Straight on a stump. I think I need to reverse that a little bit. That helped. I only have 63% of battery left in this thing. I forgot to take the charging cable home, so I wasn't able to charge it. However, I took extension cords for the solar panel. So let's set up the solar panel on top of the pile, and I also took the generator, so we definitely have enough power. So I have 10 meters of solar panel cables right here. Both of these cables have this kind of solar panel connectors on the other end, but I still need to connect these ends. Now that's there sturdily. That was super easy to install. These ones originally go together like this, so I have to put this cable here and that one there, so they are connected, and these ones are supposed to go together, so I'll do the same here. Now there we go. I think there might be some loss of electricity in this long distance, but I don't think it's too much. The morning sun rises there. There are only a few trees on the way in the morning, and through the day the sun shines from there, so it's pretty well exposed here, and there shouldn't be a lot of shade. Oh no, I put it too far. Yeah, that's way better. Yes. And it's currently charging with 70 watts. Yes. Oh, it's getting even better now. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, that's definitely charging now. I have the cable going through underneath the deck, all the way here, up on top of the pile. So now it should get more sun exposure through the whole day, meaning that I'll have more power to use. All good here. The paint is completely dry and it's looking surprisingly good, but the floor is really messy. Now on this trip my plan is to finish the outhouse, and already today I want it to be in the condition that I could use it already in the morning. So we really have to start working. Still moving that out of the way, as I have to sand the whole floor. Also, I noticed that I have to do something under here because the last board here is really bending. Not maybe the best one for off-road, but it works. Do I have any of that pressure treated? Yes. Now that's much better. That's not gonna move anywhere anymore. Let's start grinding off this paint from the floor. I'm using this grinder first This is meant for metal, but it does exceptional job on wood as well. I'm just using that on these parts where I have a lot of paint. Okay, let's switch the tools a little bit, because I did take a sander with me. The only issue is that it needs AC power. Thankfully I do have that power station, but I'm not sure how much that sander will consume. Let's still try that. So I have 63% of battery right now. 140 watts, so not crazy. Let's test if this works better. Huh. 62% still. That didn't take too long. Now the floor is free from paint. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. I just remembered that I do have a 15-meter extension cord. I'm not sure if that would have been tall enough, but it would have been worth the try. No can do. Oh, this toilet has two holes. The other one is air intake, and the other one gets a pipe that will go through the ceiling, and it should ventilate all the smell out. Now, many people commented on the last episode that I should do a hole to the wall instead of the ceiling, but the manufacturer of this toilet really stated that you wanted to go through the ceiling and do an angle only if it's a must, and still it was questionable whether you should do it or not. So I'm going to follow the instructions of the manufacturer here and just put it through the ceiling and then properly seal it. Okay, let's see how it goes. You can see what happens here constantly. This is really bad design. It tightens this way, look, and it loosens the other way where it spins. So each time it grabs onto something, it will loosen the bolt, and I need to tighten it once again. Ah, that's so annoying. There we go. Let's hope the hole aligns and that the pipe fits. Yes! It aligns perfectly. That's amazing. There are this kind of special silicone, are they grommets or something, that are designed for putting pipes through roofs, but they cost like 100 euros. So I will just try to do a little bit DIY. I have a very tight hole now up there, and I'm just going to put this Sikaflex installation glue / sealant, and hopefully it will last up there. The real concern is that plastic and metal act a little bit differently when temperatures drop down. But for example, everything in my camper van, in my previous camper van, I sealed with this stuff, and those I had no issues at all leaking, and I drive with both of them on the road. This one is here, just stationary. I think Sikaflex will do the job. Let's see. I mean, it's not that pretty, but it's just on the roof of an outhouse, so really doesn't matter. And I probably should do this side as well, because if it gets condensation between the plastic subroof and the metal, it will glide down and come through here. that's all good. Now that's ready. So basically the toilet is currently ready to use. By the way, I have great news about the mini cabin. Next week I'm already getting the mini cabin or the parts for it. It will be this kind of pre-built mini cabin, so it's really easy to just assemble here and I can continue working with the main cabin. On this trip we need to test if I can do the foundations in the way I planned it to. If I can, it will be super easy, but if I cannot, it will take some more time. Yeah, 150 watts. Now that's a 350 watt solar panel. So I think I'm losing some charge because those cables are now over 10 meters long. Ah, there's a quick release for that. I think I need to go switch my clothes. I don't want to ruin my hiking pants. Okay, let's switch up. Now that's way better. Now I need to switch the battery. That's already the second battery. That was the last one. I was a bit concerned that the outhouse or the ground here might catch on fire. That's why I was moving it a lot so that the sparks didn't get to just one spot. Wow, wow. Now all these corners are hidden and that makes just a big difference to the look of the outhouse. It just looks so much more finished right now. And I don't even have to do any kind of skirts here because these boards cover the metal completely so that no water can get between the metal beams and the wood. So I don't have to do that kind of skirts after all. But it's crazy how you can already see the color difference here. This is fresh wood and this has been here for a few weeks. That's looking really good. My previous episode got so many comments that I have to do diagonal support here. I was thinking that the door is sturdy enough, but so many people said that if you wanted to keep its shape for a long period of time, you have to add that. Now the question is that do I have long enough screws? 120. Adding that there did something because the door won't close anymore. Huh? What the heck? That just went straight through. Missed it a little bit. Yes. To prevent outhouses from smelling, you have to throw this kind of wood chips on top of the business every time. And because this is a composting toilet, I have to add approximately 20 liters of this stuff to the bottom. Now that's done, and I can finally put it to test. That is a huge upgrade to have here. But one of the neighbors just came by. I haven't met him before. A really nice fellow, older fellow once again. But he said that recently, just like a kilometer from here, they caught a bear on their wildlife camera. And he said that there are a lot of wolves and bears around here. But I just need to keep making a lot of noise here, and I think I have no issues with bear or wolves. I will use these two to treat the outhouse. The other one is priming oil, so it soaks into the wood, protecting it against molding for long periods of time. And the other one is durable wood stain, which stays on the surface and it protects it against damages. Oh, this soaks into the wood so well. Now the whole structure is covered with the primer. I mean, the liquid is white and it has a little bit of a white tone on it, but I hope when it dries it gets clear, because I was told that this was clear or like natural finish. Now that's done. Whew. And I mean, it looks amazing. Overall, I'm really satisfied, and it's like done now, basically. I just need to test that it works and add a curtain here, but it's basically done. I showed in one of the early episodes that this has been the toilet I've been using. So I've just basically had a big trash bag, a biodegradable trash bag there. I have had to empty it after each trip, but no need to use this anymore. I finally have an outhouse. I ate lunch at 12 and it's currently 9 p.m. so I am freaking hungry. Now would you look at that? Having cold beverages here, it just makes life amazing. Oh wow. Now that's done. I can't really believe that I started this project last winter in minus 30 degrees Celsius. It's currently 50 degrees warmer and I've come so far already. The outhouse is finished. I have electricity here, so I have cold beverages and real food. I have a sauna, all the logs are debarked, and the mini cabin is coming really soon. It just feels so rewarding in a way to see the results of your own efforts, because I've worked so hard, so many physical days here, and it's slowly coming all together. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Let's continue the work tomorrow. Good night. Well, good morning. And now let's go check out the solar panel. Yep, it's in sunlight. So it was definitely worth extending the cords. Now I'm a math guy, so I'm just sitting here and calculating that the outhouse costs almost 1,500 euros. I know it's crazy expensive, I was not expecting it to be that much, but the toilet itself, it was a composting toilet, it cost 600 euros, and also the TNG boards I used to panel the whole outhouse with. Those were pretty expensive. Now if I calculate that the outhouse would last 10 years without maintenance, that would be 150 euros a year, meaning that every month I would pay over 10 euros a month just to take a dump in it. But then again, if it lasts 20, 30, well, 40 years is a long time, but I'd say maybe 20 or 30 years could be doable. It's still 5 to 10 euros a month to have an outhouse here. Alright, coffee just started the engine, so let's go do a test run in the outhouse. That was nice. Oh man, what a luxurious thing to have. Let's hope it works now. I don't want it to start smelling too badly. First things first, I want to test if I can put that sturdy metal screw to the ground. So this is where the mini cabin will come. But I was planning to do the foundation of the mini cabin with this kind of screws, metal screws. The reason why it's so freaking tall is that the frost level in Finland, or at this level of Finland, is approximately 1.5 meters to 2 meters. This is 2.2 meters. So the anchor path here in the bottom, this one, will go below the frost line. So if the frost grabs the pole from the sides and tries to pull it up, it won't move because the lowest part is anchored deep in the ground. Oh man, I'm having a hard time deciding here where I want the mini cabin to be. I was already so sure that it would be here, it would perfectly fit right there. But now those two poles are the width of the mini cabin, and it just doesn't fit between those two trees where I plan it to go. Also, the main cabin will come up here, so I don't want the sauna to be too close. If the sauna catches on fire, you never know. I don't want to lose the main cabin as well. Maybe this spot could work. I don't worry too much about cutting those spruces because spruces attract mosquitoes, and I will most likely cut down all spruces, or at least the majority of spruces around here. Yep, that's good. As long as it won't hit the rock, I think we're fine. Now, the deeper it goes, the less I can really affect how straight it is. I bought this kind of attachment here that just goes through like that. And now I could have 2 bars to rotate this with. Oh no. That really started to bend. I think you can't do this alone.
Moro.
Morjesta. Onko sulla tänään mitään ihmeitä? Tulisit auttaa mua kokeilemaan vaikka ton ruuvipaalun, että saataisiko me toi laitettua maahan?
Joo, kyllähän mä varmaan voisin.
Just called my brother to rescue. When I'm rotating that alone, it's getting the force from only one side, so it's not going straight in. It's really starting to bend. So my brother is coming to help me. He's getting another iron bar and some food for us to grill. Now, while we are waiting for my brother to arrive, let's start already processing the firewood. But before that, we have to build a sawhorse. Oi. It hit a screw underneath. No way. Now this one is a nice and sturdy sawhorse. I think I should have had one more cross between these two, because like you saw, I had some difficulties cutting the last one. Yeah, I definitely need to modify that a little bit. Let's see if that helped. Yeah, that works. I'm cutting the firewood a little bit shorter than you would normally cut because the stove that I have in my tent is a little bit smaller, and my plan is to continue using that stove even in the mini cabin next winter, so I need to cut the firewood already the correct length. Oi. There's a lot of water coming from the sides when I hit these, so they are still really wet. I think I have to use a bit more force. Oi. My brother is here. On vähän lämminkeli. Vielä silleen, että se on suorassa. Ei, kyllä se vetää, kato se vetää se ihan vino. Se on huono kohta. Pyöritetään ylös.
Juurikaan voimaa. Palata se paljon.
Noin. Katso, mä yritän pitää sitä suorassa. Kato, nyt se lähtee vääntää heti sinne. Niin meidän pitäisi suunnilleen saman verran molempien työntää.
Tämäkin ihan vinassa.
Mikä?
Vastaan tää, siis tämä.
Niin tanko. Te nyt. Te nyt. Meneekö se? Te nyt. Te nyt. Oh wow, that bent completely. And it's currently 78 centimeters. We need to go still almost 60 centimeters down. And it's not moving at all. And this is now broken. And oi. Miten tää on mahdollista? Look! How is that possible?
Kato, tääkin vääntyy tää.
Joo. Okay, I think we can do this by hand. My brother found us a nice table. It was so great to get my brother here to help, but at the same time I'm now in trouble because I thought that I could use those metal screws and we could get them screwed to the ground, but that's now not possible. So I need to think that what will I do? By the way, this was a genius idea from my brother. I was just complaining there that I don't have enough table space here, so he figured we can use this. Now obviously you don't want to drop your food on this and eat afterwards. I have used this in the sauna, but for doing the dishes or just having some equipment laying around, this is just perfectly fine. And I can have this up here as a nice side table for when I'm cooking. Now, like you saw, we can't get these screwed down by hand. It's currently around 1.4 meters inside the ground, and I need it to go at least 1.5. The optimal would be to get them 2 meters deep, so there would be 20 centimeters on top of the ground. That way those shouldn't move at all, even during the winter when the ground freezes. It's just crazy that we managed to snap this apart. It's super thick bolt and we managed to snap it apart and even bend the iron bar. So this definitely didn't go as I planned. Anyways, there is nothing I can do for that on this trip, so I just have to think about this when I get back home and need to come up with something. By the way, it's great that this outhouse doesn't smell at all. I know I've only used this once now, but still, it doesn't smell at all. This is just really old fabric I've used on one of my previous projects. I need to lift this whole thing up. There we go. Now this is just a temporary curtain here. My spouse said that she wants to make like proper curtains here at some point. I really wanted to get the curtain here already so that birds won't fly here, crash to the window and die. There's always the risk for that when you have windows in the forest. Also, now it gives some privacy if I have friends coming over or anything like that. Now I have a hook where I can hang my jacket in the winter. I had a few of these left over from my DIY camper van build. This was a really great reuse for my old toilet. I can have the bedding here and easily add it to the composting toilet whenever I use that. I just need to get a cup or something that I can toss it in with. It would be so nice to have a tire or something around here that I don't have to lift these up so many times. If I had a spare tire or something, I could put it around here, then just fill the tire with these and chop all at once. Because right now when I hit here, they fly so far away and I just have to bend down and pick these up all the time. That would save me a lot of time and a lot of energy. Oh, this is a lot of physical work. Oh shoot, it's starting to rain and I have all my stuff outside here. Got everything important in cover, but this is not nice. Let's just wait in here for a while to see if the rain passes by. I do have my rain gear with me, but I really don't feel like working in the rain right now. So I'm using just AI here to calculate the amount of force we put on that metal beam and compare it to like a handheld two-person machine. The AI estimates our force being between 1,500 to 2,500 Newton meters. And the machine I was looking at is around 100 to 300 Newton meters. So having that kind of handheld drill wouldn't help at all. Well, of course it's just AI, so there's not too much trusting on it, but still the force was huge because we were able to bend one metal bar, and also snap the bolt. It really did start raining. The sauna will take some time to warm up, so let's continue working with the firewood meanwhile. Look, there is a crazy amount of black flies here. I don't understand why it's raining. Usually there are no bugs when it's raining, but oh man, ugh. That's why I need to have the hood on. Ah, dang it. There was a log stuck on the axe and I grabbed it and I sliced my finger a little bit along the blade. Thankfully nothing bad. Alright, I think that's enough chopping for today. I got a huge pile of firewood done. And I still have a lot cut here, a massive pile there, and also those ones there, and I think I have a few back there, still behind that log pile. Oh, that is a good löyly. That was refreshing. Not so nice weather outside. How crunchy is this? Maybe had it there for too long. Now that's done. I was thinking we could go through a few of your comments from the last episode. At Jokula1111, am I the only one thinking about how that toilet gets emptied? Well, it's super easy to empty. It's a composting toilet. On the back there's a compartment you can open and you can just take the remainings out with a shovel. And at the end, there's nothing else left than soil. So you really don't have to worry too much about emptying it, and when you do, it's going to be very clean to empty because it's soil. Huh. Many people saying that I could turn the blade around in my circular saw to cut through metal. I did not know that. I think I probably have to test that. And YW4934. With the roof though, I think there should be 2 layers of batons under the roofing. Putting only 1 layer diagonally means that any moisture will run down the barrier under the lower baton and cause issues. You should have the first batons running vertically and horizontal for the second layer, and moisture can run uninterrupted down the barrier. Yeah, you might be right. That's actually pretty wise, because now the water flows along the water barrier and it will just stop on the blank that's under there. It can't glide all the way down. However, it's just an outhouse, so it's a cold building. I don't think there will be that much condensation, but that's a great thing to know and a really big thing I have to look for when I'm building the mini cabin and when I'm building the main cabin, because I'm going to put a sheet metal roof on both of those as well. So thanks a lot for bringing that up. I really need to look into that. I need to fix this corner because it's collecting a lot of water. Now that's better. Oh man, it's raining a lot. But I'm going to sleep, so see you guys in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. Oh wow, that didn't collect any water during the night. Bon appetit. No! I kicked my coffee. Getting only 1 sip of coffee. Let's make some more. Problem solved. No, unfortunately I don't have much time after breakfast because I need to go receive that mini cabin. And if I come up with a quick solution for building the mini cabin foundation, I think next 1-2 episodes will be about building the mini cabin. I'm just so excited. Can't wait, really can't wait. Oh boy, this is really turning into a mess. I will soon need a bigger tool shed. And one day when I get a bigger tool shed, I'll put this there. This was inside my old camper van before it was a maintenance van. So this was a successful trip. I got the outhouse finished and working, started making firewood for next winter, but most importantly I got to test that this doesn't work, because I don't think I can get these beams any lower than this. I could grind the metal here and just leave the beam as is, just cut out the excess. The issue is that we have to do 11 in addition to that one. So it would be a lot of work. But I'll come up with something and you get to see it in the next episode. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and remember to subscribe so you won't miss my upcoming videos. I post a new video every Saturday. But otherwise, thank you for watching and see you on our next adventure.